지금부터 패널 토의를 시작해 보도록 하겠습니다. 경기국제보트쇼의 해외 자문관이신 팀 코벤트리께서 본 세션의 진행을 맡아주시겠습니다. 토크 패널로는 앞서 기조 연설해 주신 조린치 회장님과 정일권 회장님, 수린채 아시아 총괄님, 기조 발표해 주신 YP로크 회장님과 김영기 한국해양레저산업협회 이사님, 마이크 데렛 IBI 아시아 특파원님께서 함께 토의를 나누실 예정입니다. 이제 팀 코벤트리님께 마이크를 넘기겠습니다. 여러분 큰 박수 부탁드립니다.
Thank you, everyone. It's the end of the day. I know probably everybody's quite had a long day, so we'll try and up the pace a little bit, get more onto a positive note to finish. So earlier today we had a very interesting discussion with the industry members about the challenges confronting some of the members of the new KMIA here. And the purpose of this session here was to give you guys a bright light of opportunity, something that you can now look at and you can see that the cavalry's come over the hill and you've got a new opportunity now to help you support and develop your industry through your full membership of ICOMIA. And Joe, you made a very good presentation of that. Well done, congratulations. But I want to make a more practical version of that. Joe represents the ICOMIA. He's sold very well all of the things that you could benefit from. I want to do it from the businessman perspective. The what's in it for you. And I think that I know some of you quite well now because I've been coming here for quite some time. And I think that the big opportunity now for you with your full membership of ICOMIA is to come and join that family. And it isn't so much the specialist committees and the technical committees and the money that's spent on research. What I'm going to talk about is what was important to me and still is important to me, which is networking. And what you've now got in your small developing state is the opportunity to develop new relationships, new friends, new colleagues. And in my business experience, that was the most valuable thing I ever did. I could have the best product in the world. I could do all of the research. I could have the best sales team in the world. But if I didn't have the contacts and the networks, particularly in the export markets, then all of that was just money spent, not money actually earning more money. So I think the biggest benefit now to KMIA will only be gained if you actually come and participate in ICOMIA. It won't happen if you sit here. It won't happen if you stay in Korea. It won't come onto your desk and it won't be delivered. You've got to come and join the club and you've got to participate. And I think if you do, a lot of good things will start happening. Because some of the challenges that I've been hearing today, the market's slowing, the economy's slowing, and incidentally, I don't think your quality is nearly as bad as you think it is. And we'll come back onto that in a minute. So my first message is, I think you've done a fantastic thing. I've been coming here now for 14 years. I've seen the industry here on a journey, and that journey has been a good journey. It's been a very positive journey. And it's happened because a number of people in the industry, some of them are sitting here now at this panel, have put a lot of passion, a lot of effort into it, and it's now come to the stage where I walk around the show now today very quickly. I'll do it in detail tomorrow. I'm proud to be associated with what you guys are doing. I'm looking at products that are good. I'm looking at people who are set up well. They're presenting their products well. So well done, congratulations. First of all, congratulations Korea, you're doing a great job. So a little bit now about, I'm sorry I'm giving a speech, but I'll let you have a go in a minute. Joe has already mentioned the sort of things that there are the opportunities for. The Exporters Committee, very important because I've been a member of that now for some years, representing Korea. And basically, the free sharing of information from all of the people, from all of the markets that participate in that is gold. It's pure gold. But you've got to be there to hear it and to participate in it. And although some of you are very experienced exporters, you'll hear things that you won't gain at boat shows by talking to people. You'll hear people talking frankly about markets and market opportunities because they're amongst friends and they can be frank and honest. That's a hugely, hugely valuable thing. And you'll develop new relationships. And Joe and I, we talk about, he mentioned, and it reminds me, that he and I met 20 years ago. We're still friends, we're still helping each other, but our lives have gone in different directions. And that's what being a part of the ICOMIA Club does for you. So come and participate. The other thing that I think Korea should stand absolutely up, and again for another round of applause, you are leaders, world leaders in new technology. Really you are. And that's a fantastic door opener. And so the direction now, a lot of the industry is struggling to manage new technology. Struggling. They're trying to understand it. They're people who are a little younger than me, but they've all been around for a long time, and new technology is presenting a huge challenge to the industry. And I think this is where Korea has a massive opportunity, because you are now world leaders in new technology. So another round of applause for Korea. Well done. Now going to come to the panel. Alec, you and I have been around for some time. What's your take now on where ICOMIA can help and where you might benefit from being a part of that member for your business and for the people that you know? What do you see as the benefit for you in the ICOMIA situation, and what do you need? What sort of help and guidance do you need?
My name is Alec Kim. I'm the CEO of Pretech Marine. We're the manufacturer of a steering system for over 25 years. Tim and I have been known for more than 14, 15 years. It's the networking that we never had organized networking. So, for example, throughout the meetings, the information of KMIA, I knew he was a member, but I did not know what he was manufacturing. So, and then after I found out that what he was manufacturing, for example, trailers, and I gave him an opportunity, like, because my customer is looking for a trailer. And then they were looking for Korean manufacturing quality trailers, and I simply just I have a great great manufacturer here, and why don't you try? And he wants to take the products because whatever he's buying from us, and then on top of that, he could get the trailers and other items that we manufacture. So, and then we can supply that to our customers outside Korea, of course, and inside Korea as well too. So my this is a great experience I got, and then what if we can expand to the global? ICOMIA, I was not really fully aware of what ICOMIA does, but now I'm learning today. What can we get is, I think, the knowledge and expertise and networking. Who can we get the products to benefit us? And then what can we do? Because like you said, Tim, we have a great technology. Especially with the battery technology that we have, electric propulsions, navigations, this kind of products that we are the leader of, the world.
And now self-driving boats.
Yeah, exactly.
You're world leaders in that.
Exactly. So that kind of things that we can kind of, share the information with ICOMIA, and then expand our horizon to sell, supplies, build up the supply chain, and then introduce that what we can do better and the best, inside in the world. So I think it's the networking and the knowledge that we can get some help, and we can also participate and contribute to this networking. It will be a great asset. I'm very much looking forward to it. I
want to share just a little bit of that with you. ICOMIA has been very generous to me in terms of giving me a platform to talk about Korea. And at the Congress last year, I made a short presentation about what was going on in Korea, what was happening, just an overview of some of the things that were happening. And you know, I couldn't get away from the bar that night. People were coming up and saying, is that really happening? And is that fantastic? And two VIPs, two very VVIPs, came to me and said, when's the best time to come Korea? When can I come and look at that market? Will you help me? Will you introduce me to people? Now, that's the benefit of ICOMIA. It opens doors. And I've seen, Joe, you'll bear witness to this because you've been around long enough. I've seen people who would kill each other in the marketplace. They wouldn't talk to each other, but they're sharing a beer or a drink at ICOMIA, and they're drawing information from each other, and it's given freely. Well, I go to this market and I'm having this problem. What do you? Well, okay. You need to see so-and-so. He's the guy because he's in that market. You know this now because you've been going to America a lot. And I know that and you do this very generously because I experience you helping Korean companies, both at METS and IBEX, where you are going around, you've got your own business to do. You're that culture. You're going to join other people with that similar culture. They want to help. They become friends, they become colleagues, and I think that's a really fantastic opportunity. And I think it's going to open doors because it will allow Korean companies to get feedback on what other companies are doing, where they've met problems, they've succeeded, they've overcome, and so on. And I want to tell you something, and this is to your colleague to your right. You're facing hard times, and you're saying you've got quality problems and the market's slow. I can tell you, stick around. Everybody in the industry has been through that cycle. Everybody in the industry has been through that cycle. And there's a lot of people that could help you and tell you how to get that. The strategies that you should adopt in your business, how you can survive that, how you can come out of it. And I can tell you one simple thing. If product is absolutely gold dust in that situation, if you work on your product, if you work on your product offering, you'll survive. But if you sit and do nothing, you won't be around. And there are lots of people around who can help you with that, who can give you what I'd call the friendly arm around the shoulder and say, look, come on, I'm going to really tell you what you... And that's the sort of guidance that you can get by being part of the ICOMIA family. Joe, do you want to come in on this? You experience, you know it, you know how that works.
Thank you, Tim. Yeah, I do take issue with you slightly. I don't remember you fighting that hard to get away from the bar. No, you're right. It is a unique industry in that whilst we often have competitors in the same room, all trying to sell a product, not in that room but when they get home, there is a maturity in our industry. People know that if we work together and make our market, our industry better, we will all do well. ICOMIA brings together people who are operating at the top of their game. It is the industry leaders, and we are very careful to make sure that people that participate within ICOMIA are operating at the top of the game. And that means that they see beyond fighting for an individual customer. They think, let's work together to project our industry to the best possible light, because that will bring more customers in and we'll all do well as a result of that. It's not like fighting over the same crumbs, it's making sure that there's a good harvest for years to come.
Mike, you're being surprisingly quiet. What would you like to contribute? For the audience explanation, Mike and I came here 14 years ago, and we were the two people who helped start the original boat show. So Mike's been around with me for a long time.
Okay, Tim, thanks very much for inviting me here. Yes, I remember 15 years ago, we actually started, it wasn't a boat show, it was a boating festival, which was highly successful, really, for 2 or 3 years, and that grew, the market grew, more boats came, and it's fantastic, as Tim said, to come back here and see what's happening here now. When we came here, I think there was something like 5,000 to 6,000 leisure boat population in the whole country. This was 14 years ago. So things are moving well here. It's and as you mentioned there, it's fantastic what Korea is doing with technology, and I think there's 3 areas that I just jotted down very quickly. First one is autonomous boats, which is self-drive boats. The technologies exist to do that, and I remember Tim speaking at a conference that we organised. I mentioned that future things such as autonomous boats. Someone in that audience, I think, picked that up, because here autonomous boats are rapidly moving here. Electric, yes. Hydrogen, I think, yes, especially for bigger yachts. And foiling. These are our opportunities. And I think Korea is very, very well placed. With government support, it gets here to progress those opportunities. That's my quick snapshot, is it?
Thank you.
At the moment?
And I think, again, I think that you have here in Korea a unique situation where if you can provide good advocacy to decision makers, the access that you have to research and development through your university system and your education system is absolutely, I mean, other countries would absolutely just wouldn't understand why you're not using that opportunity more closely. Because if you can now, through your KMI status and through your ICOMIA membership, start to talk to people like the Americans who do advocacy, absolutely, it's brilliant what they do. It's very clever, very smart, and it's very simple. And if you could learn from the Americans, for example, how to develop an advocacy message to go to your government to start to get R&D funding to support your needs and your industry growth, then that's a big, big opportunity that I don't know any other country in the world that has that. It's absolutely unique. And so you've got to start thinking a slightly different way. And I think that contact with ICOMIA and networking and that sort of stuff could open up all sorts of opportunities. But you'll go and listen, you'll meet somebody, and bells will start ringing. Wow, I think I could do that. That's a real... So be open. But my big, big message is come and participate. It won't happen if you stay in your factories or stay in your offices in Korea. And my big message to you is come to the next ICOMIA Congress. I know Sue Lin's here trying to sell the Asia Boating one. That's very important. But if you're going to make a choice, and you might have to choice, my advice, and she'll kill me later for saying this, is come to La Rochelle and come to France. Because if you go to the Asia Boating Conference, you'll be contributing to people who have got problems. Come to the ICOMIA Congress and you'll be meeting people who know how to solve problems. Anybody want to comment from the panel on what you've heard this afternoon and comment on what I've said? YP.
First, I'd like to welcome MIA into the family as a sister organization of ICOMIA. We have been members since 2011, but myself, I have been involved with ICOMIA in the Mariners Working Group since 2009. And I have found that to be very beneficial, not just for the association, but for my own company as well, because I do marina consulting work across Asia. And being part of the ICOMIA working group has helped me make many connections. The group meets in a different place every year, and there's a marinas study tour with every meeting, where you get to look at other marinas, not just as a visitor, but you meet the management of these marinas, and so you get an insight into how the marina was developed, why was it developed in that location, and why the design of the marina was the way that it was. So, and all this was possible only through being a member of ICOMIA. So, just to add on where we have benefited from ICOMIA, I can't speak for the manufacturing side because in Singapore we don't have any manufacturing, but obviously in ICOMIA there is a strong export committee where you get to learn about where the growing markets are.
Anybody in the audience like to raise a point or ask a question from the panel? Put your hand up, we'll get a mic to you. An audience of satisfied customers. So, I want to finish on a positive note. I've been coming here now for 14 years. And the thing that I see here in Korea, in your industry, is one word, it's passion. Everybody here who's representing a company or representing a product, they're passionate about it. Hang on to that word, because the passion is the big, big driver. It's the thing that wins battle. It makes you survive, it makes you better, it makes you better, it off on your, but more significantly, it impresses your customers. Hold on to that passion. You've got it absolutely fantastic. And it's the big, big thing that I see every time I come to Korea. I'm so impressed by the passion here. Keep that passion. Keep it going. Well done, and thank you.